The couple next door wastes no time in telling us that its psychodrama is heading nowhere good. The new 6-part Channel 4 thriller opens with a dramatic flash-forward of Gone Girl-esque menace to a woodland cabin in the Yorkshire Dales. Evie emerges clearly unprepared for the elements around her, barefoot, in a negligee, and on the run. In hot pursuit is her other half Pete and her neighbors, with benefits Danny and his wife Becca. Evie's crying, Pete has a gun. Danny's wearing an extremely tight jeans and jacket combo. It's all very dramatic, if a tad soapy. Then we jump back to when the central quartet first met. As a pregnant Evie and her hubby move onto the Leeds cul-de-sac, they will shortly meet that titular couple on. The drama bats off the inevitable Desperate Housewives comparisons in the first few lines of dialogue. I'm sold. Lit Desperate Housewives, maybe, but it's nice, says Pete. Like that show, it plays on the curtain-twitching and behind closed doors intrigue of suburbia, albeit sidestepping the humdrum nosiness and mind-numbing boredom that setting has been captured with on screen before. Danny, or Tarzan with a Leeds accent and a vast array of muscle tees, welcomes the newbies to the burbs by taking their fridge into the house, which he picks up with the ease most people use to retrieve a milk carton from within the fridge. His wife and Yoba Nut Becca instantly takes to the couple, and when Evie and Pete lose their baby, they turn to their non-monogamous neighbors for support, and a friendship between the core 4 soon blooms. Danny is a traffic copper taking bribes on the side. Pete is a snarky journalist whose work speaking truth to power will inevitably collide with Danny's dodgy dealings at some point. Evie is a kindergarten teacher desperate to have children of her own. Becca mostly brings the good vibes. Oh, and Hugh Dennis is also here, down the road from that lot, in the role of a lifetime as a creepy peeping Tom. His main characteristic is a hyperfixation on Becca, for which he has a telescope station and an ominous Becca-themed folder of JPEGs on his computer, which he has conspicuously named Untitled. Outlander's Heughan and Poldark's Tomlinson are both breaking their 18th century period drama molds in this psychological couple swap thriller. However, their chemistry on screen doesn't quite simmer in the way you hope it would from something billed as a drama in which its characters are chasing deepest desires and reckoning with the fallout. It's just a lot of Heughan and Tomlinson staring at each other, often in a way that trends towards cringe as opposed to sexy. When the pair go for a joyride around the neighborhood on Danny's motorcycle, the thing feels more like an F1 hot lap than seduction by Scooter. The pair told the Radio Times they never did a chemistry test before being cast and questioned what they even really achieve. But maybe the answer would have been better chemistry. Meanwhile, DeGo exudes the sexuality required as Becca. So much so you're occasionally left wondering why Danny gives a fake about Evie to begin with. Enoch is solid as the one who's not really down with all of the swinging stuff, questioning whether he's actually as authentic to his progressive persona as he assumed he was. Both the couples sort of have better chemistry with their own partners in the drama. We get a fairly steamy, no-nudity sex scene between Pete and Evie in the first episode, begging the question of whether there's any point in the partner swap. A surprising highlight is Dennis with his dark, dead-eyed stare, offering a more family-friendly incarnation of Hugh's "I'll love you to death" Joe Goldberg. The chief notable absence when comparing this to those other shows is the gaping chasm where some light relief might have gone. Desperate Housewives balanced adultery and arson with both unintentional and intentional gags aplenty, while you has had the biting commentary of Joe's voiceover, particularly in its standout third season. But what it does have bubbling underneath the psychodrama is something fairly interesting to say about the way society views non-monogamous relationships and the unconscious rules we largely abide by in coupledom, which here sex and desire throw into question. Outlander fans coming over to the couple next door in the hopes of more hot and heavy Heughan won't be disappointed, although this contains less of the romance and never quite reaches the sparky heights of Jamie and Claire. Ultimately, Pete sort of said it best. Bit desperate housewives, although perhaps not enough in the ways we would want, but it's nice enough. Diana Gabaldon's Outlander novel series served as the inspiration for the historical drama television series Outlander. The show centers on the adventures of British nurse Claire Randolph, who finds herself thrust into the year 1743 in Scotland. In addition to attempting to find a means to return to her own time, Claire must utilize her knowledge and abilities to live in this strange and perilous environment. Since its 2014 premiere, Outlander has had both critical and economic success. Many accolades have been bestowed upon the series, with Catriona Balfe, who plays Claire, winning a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a miniseries or television film. Fans of the show are understandably anticipating the release of Season 8, and Season 7 has already produced a number of captivating twists. When can we anticipate it to be released is the question that everyone is dying to know. Since its 2014 premiere, Outlander has had both critical and economic success. Many accolades have been bestowed upon the series, with Catriona Balfe, who plays Claire, winning a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a miniseries or television film. While viewers are engrossed in Season 7, excitement for the debut of Outlander Season 8 is building to an explosive level. The show's most notable feature is its engrossing investigation of time travel, which tells the tale of Claire Beauchamp Randolph, a World War II nurse who mysteriously finds herself sent back in time to 1743 Scotland. This is where her life gets deeply entangled with that of Jamie Fraser, a handsome Highland warrior. Fans of the show are understandably anticipating the release of Season 8, and Season 7 has already produced a number of captivating twists. When can we anticipate it to be released is the question that everyone is dying to know. In 2025, Season 8 of Outlander is anticipated to air. The writers' strike caused the season's filming to be delayed from its original 2023 start date. Now that the strike has ended, filming is anticipated to start in early 2024. For Season 8, the primary cast of Outlander is anticipated to return, comprising Catriona Balfe as Claire Fraser, Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser, Sophie Skelton as Brianna Randall Fraser, Richard Rankin as Roger Mackenzie, Kissar Domboy as Fergus Fraser, Lauren Lyle as Marsali Fraser, John Bell as Ian Murray,